Well, hello, welcome back to the fish locker out on the shore. Now, I'm down on an area of coast I haven't been in years, just walking about underneath the cliff, and I've happened upon a family of seals. Now, they haven't pupped not so long since. There are some small ones amongst them. The smaller, paler ones will be this year's young, and there's a couple of big fat females sat right in the middle of them. Now you might hear them growling. It's just to let them know. It's just them letting me know that they've seen me. There's no danger in it, and I'm a good distance away from them. I hope you can see them all right. There's a little tiny baby one just up in the back corner and all, a dark one. See if I can get a photo of that. But there was a monster great bull seal. I'll see if I can get a little bit of video on it. He was a brute. I mean, I'm not a small bloke. He was twice the size of me. They might look cute, but they stink. We'll leave them be, and we'll go down there into the rocks and have a look around, see what we can find. You can see on these open expanses of bare scar, you don't have an awful lot but weed. You've got some serrated rack, some little fern weeds, these are sea lettuce, and that is elongated coral weed. They've got to be hardy to survive because there's no shelter at all, is there? These are bladder racks with the bladders in them. The reason why they've got these bladders in here is so that when the water comes in, these float, so they have access to the sunlight for longer. We'll make our way down to those rocks over there and see what we can find. Immediately when we've got down to where all the rocks are and there's a little bit of shelter, you can see the difference, can't you? From there being absolutely nothing, there is everything straight away. You've got limpets, nice sized winkles, you've got more anemones, got some dog whelks, there's a little tiny edible crab. He is tiny, isn't he? There's another anemone. Yeah, as soon as there's a little bit of cover, you start finding things straight away, don't you? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Shore crabs. There's another one. Now when you're picking these crabs up, if you can get hold of them, there. You see just at the back, where the back legs are, and they can't get their claws around to get hold of you. That's a male. You can tell it's a male because it has a narrow apron. The females, when I find one, I'll show you it. The females have got a wider V. Go on, you get down there. Get under that seaweed. There is also hiding in here a couple of different types of fish. Now I'm trying to be careful because these guys will take a bite out of you. That is a common blenny, also called a shanny, and there's another one just tucked up underneath here. And he's a bigger one, isn't he? Gently does it, gently does it. There. That little tiny pink one you can see there is a shore rockling. Some little dog whelks, little tiny baby anemone. You need to make sure that whatever you turn over, you put back. Whatever you uncover, you recover. You going around on the shore and looking about and foraging wants to be as low impact as possible. Some more shore crabs. There, look. That's a female, that has a wider V. Remember the other one had a narrow apron? That one's got quite a wide one. Plenty of shells. Underneath this rock you can see some little porcelain crabs. And a few very big anemones. There is a female shore crab holding eggs. You see now why she has a wide apron, don't you? Why she has a wide flap there to hold all those eggs. Stuck her back under there. Oh, there's another blenny. See it swimming around. There is a lovely anemone. More porcelain crabs. Oh, there's a load of anemones under there, aren't there? Hate to be a little shrimp that would wander under there. There's a seal. I'm not surprised I'm not finding much around here. I reckon all the seals have had it away. There's little routes around in here for crabs and lobsters and fish. We'll have a walk along towards where that waterfall is. Oh. There's a couple of little blennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loads of dog whelks. Did you see like these white squiggly worms? They're called keel worms. I assume because probably in the olden days they found them on the keels of ships. But it's a little worm that creates like a little calcium shell over itself. You find them sometimes on like big crabs and lobsters. Doesn't do them any harm. You can see the patches where the limpets have been, can't you? How it's eaten into the stone and stopped everything else from growing. Oh, There's another female shore crab full of eggs. Tuck her back down there. There's quite a lot of big winkles round here. Collect enough of those for a feed. Yeah, there's plenty of them. Good eating them. Once we got under here, got some little tiny whelks, some more porcelain crabs, painted top shells. God, you get hidden under there while I put this rock back down. Oh. Ah, there they are. You see those? Butterfish. Some baby edible crabs. Porcelain crab. Oh, there's a half albino winkle. Loads of winkles round here. Oh, that guy's been in the wars, hasn't he? Dust all down one side. I reckon the seals had out of that. There's a few more nice anemones. Just brought myself out of the wind for a minute because it is absolutely biting cold. Oh, you tell it's winter. If you've watched any of our other videos, you'll have seen that the rock that we're usually walking on and that we're finding is very hard, whereas the rocks around here, because I'm in a different part of the country, completely different. At home it's Mylar slate, and here it's a mudstone, it's alum shale, and it's very, very soft. I'll show you some of it. But one of the fantastic things about this area is it's part of the Jurassic Coast, in that you get an awful lot of fossils from Cretaceous, Jurassic period. We'll see if we can find some when we're walking along the shale in a minute. I don't know what you guys prefer to drink on a cold day, but I've got hot Ribena. You can see even on the cliffs behind me, look at it, just crumbles away. I mean, the beaches round here, they aren't the nice sandy clean beaches that we'll get down in Cornwall. Let's go and have a walk. That's another wonderful thing about the bit of coastline that we've got at the minute, is it's one of the few places in the world where you get jet. Now, jet is fossilized monkey puzzle tree, and there is fossilized tree bark. See it? Well, this is this shale. When you get a piece of it, see how soft it is. You can usually oh, there's a few more little seals. Yeah, I can hear you. Leave them be. When you find young uns like this, they're not in trouble, they're alright, their mothers know where they are, unless you can see that they're injured and they're bleeding, or there's like some fishing line or some metal wrapped around them. Just leave them exactly where they are. I mean, you might not be able to judge this distance, but I'm 10 metres away from these. Just leave them where they are. Unless you know unless they're in obvious distress and they're bleeding or something, just leave them be. Their mothers know where they are, they're alright. They can handle this weather a lot better than we can. Calm down. Yeah, these are juvenile greys. The greys have always, I think they've got like a real big long head. Whereas the commons, if you can think of like a picture of a cute seal, that's what a common seal looks like. Greys are monsters. What I'm looking out for in these rocks, there is a perfect example. In fact, that is part of a fossil there. That could, where's your imagination going to take you with that? Could be a jawbone of a lizard, but the gold is iron pyrite, which is fool's gold, and it forms on quite a lot of the fossils. There's another one there, look. There is part of a fossilized shell and a belemite. They're like a bullet, and what they were, like over 65 million years ago, that was like a squid. Find all sorts. The things that we're looking for really is ammonites, which is like a snail. Have you ever heard of a creature called a nautilus? A nautilus is like a living representation of what an ammonite was. Find one, I'll show you it. There's another fossil there. Oh, what could that be? That looks like, to me, that looks like the side of a fish. You see there, look? And there's a fin. There's a big lump of your iron pyrites. Oh yeah. Now, Lord knows what that was. You got any idea? I mean, where's your imagination going to take you there? Is that a beak? Is it skin? The only problem with this stone as well is it never lasts very long. You can take this home and within a week it'll have fallen apart. Oh, there's some beauties. This has obviously been like the bottom of like a shellfish bed. You see the scallop shells, can't you? The little belemites. At least 65 million years old. Incredible, isn't it? There is a fossilized cushion star. Can you believe it? In amongst all these belemites. Used to try like crazy to get them out when we were kids. Oh, there's another one there. Try like crazy to get these out when you were kids, and no matter how you tried to get them out, they always snapped. And there is a fossilised branch. With a load more bits of fossilised shells. There is a little piece of an ammonite. Oh, there's a lovely little tiny one. See it? You might not be able to see it with the lens. I'll take a photo of that. But yeah, imagine that goes all the way around. That's what we're looking for. Fast asleep. That's a lovely piece, that. All the different fossilised shells in there. Every now and again, inside of the seams, you'll find a nodule. This one, we're lucky enough, was broken open. Incredible, aren't they? If you can see this seam here behind me, these will run all the way right out to sea. These are fantastic on really big spring tides for looking for crabs and lobsters, because you see, like, where it creates little caves. You see? Well, if you follow it right down to the water, keep looking for these caves, these are where you'll find crabs and lobsters. I mean, it's middle of winter now, so I'd be absolutely amazed if you ever did. But in the summertime, down near the waterline on good tides, it's the prime spot to be looking for your crabs and your lobsters. Now, tide's turning. We've had a walk down. I've got a long way. I'll walk all the way right down there and all the way right back up the cliff again to go back to the van. So I'm going to start heading back that way before my fingers turn blue. What a nice little walk out on a bit of coast that I haven't been on in a long time. Found a couple of nice things. I've found a couple of crabs and fish, but fingers are just that cold they cannot pick them up. If we find anything else on the way back, I'll show you it. If not, I hope it's been interesting, and see you later. See, this is lava and gutweed. You wouldn't believe it would grow on such a exposed spot, would you? Just need to watch when you're walking on it, because it is slippery as ice. Don't know if you'll be able to see properly, but that is what we're walking up. I do love this area of coast. It's just stunning, isn't it? See all the different forms in the shell peaks around, and see in the distance there's Robin Hood's Bay. I just love it. I love this area of coast. It is very cold today though. If you're a fisherman, your eye will be drawn straight away to where the gullies are. You can see where there's waves forming out there and out there. That means it shallows up onto a reef. If there is an area where there's calm, like if you look, you see the waves in the distance, and then between those waves and these waves there's like a calm stretch, isn't there? That shows that it's deeper. That means that there's a gully there. So if you're going to fish, that's where you'd fish into, because that's where the fish should be hiding.